Anyone that tells you that video games as a sport, as a form of mass viewership entertainment is a joke is severely mistaken. Now, I used to absolutely be a naysayer. I thought that back in the MLG days, I thought that was just a weird thing that Halo and Call of Duty did. I really wasn't into it at all, and even today, I'm not really into esports. I don't watch it in my free time, but I'll never forget, about a couple years ago, I started getting into Overwatch, and then around that same time, I came across an esports video. It was a live, some sort of a tournament going on, and I gave it a try. I watched it, and it actually was very, very entertaining. It was very cool, and I couldn't believe it. This one thing, esports, something that I used to just laugh at, I was enjoying it. Now, though, as I said, I'm not still a regular viewer of esports, that really did change my perspective on things. I realized that this is a legitimate source of entertainment the same way that maybe watching football or basketball could be. But these esports events have never gotten the viewership that sports do. They still don't. Not yet anyway, but actually today, a record was set for the highest number of concurrent viewers during a live esports match, and the growth that was shown between it and the previous record is absolutely insane. Like, to say that a record was broken today does not do it justice. The record was smashed. Yeah, I put that in the title if you noticed. I had to use the word smashed. I thought of some other fun words too, but I don't want YouTube to censor me, so smashed is what it's gonna be. So the 2024 League of Legends World Championship has been happening for a little over a month now, kind of in true March Madness fashion. It actually works in the form of brackets, and today was the grand finale. So during that event, the highest amount of concurrent viewers that was reached was 6.94 million. That is now the highest number of concurrent viewers during a live anything, I believe. Like, I'm seeing people say during a live esports match, but I think this is for anything that has to do with gaming, any gaming live stream at all. Now, remember that number, 6.94 million views. So the previous record was actually set just 2 years ago, and it was less than half of that. It was at 3.3 million views in 2022, and that was during the same annual event. So it was the grand finale of the same League of Legends tournament. If you're curious, the one last year in 2023 had slightly less views than the one in 2022. I don't know why. Yeah, it was funny actually, because earlier today, the opening ceremony of the grand finale actually did break the record just right off the bat at 4.2 million viewers, but then once again, that record was broken, like I said, at about 6.9 million. Now, I can't find if this was just on Twitch or if this was a combination of multiple streaming platforms, but I think this is crazy. I mean, this is really setting the stage, no pun intended, that esports and just big gaming live stream events, they are becoming extremely popular. It is also crazy how the landscape has kind of changed as far as what games attract these big gaming tournaments. Like I said, I remember like Halo and Call of Duty being the big ones. I think Super Smash Bros. Has a pretty good following too, but League of Legends is just the top dog these days. That is like the #1 competitive game, especially when you take into account like South Korea and China. I believe they love League of Legends. And funny enough, if I understand it correctly, I believe the two teams that were in the grand finale were, I think one was from China and one was from South Korea. Actually, yeah, it does look like that. This was T1 versus Bilibili Gaming. So T1 is from South Korea, Bilibili is from China. Now, it's crazy though, because I mean, to more than double in 2 years is crazy. I mean, I bring it back to football just because I'm American. So like, I'm looking at the viewership, for example, for the Super Bowl for every year. So the Super Bowl was started in 1967, actually. That started at 26 million views, and then just as the years have gone on, you can see that it has pretty much increased almost every year. The Super Bowl last season, so about 9 months ago, that was, again, it broke a record at 120 million viewers. Now, is 6.9 million views the same as 120 million views? No, of course not. Yeah, like, I'm not saying esports is on the same level as regular sports, but what I am saying is that it would seem that esports are possibly growing at a faster rate than than regular sports. I mean, I'm not crunching all of the numbers. I don't have all of the data on, every esports event in front of me right now. But as far as like physical contact sports go, at least here in America, I mean, Super Bowls are just the top dog every year. And then as far as esports go, it would seem that this League of Legends tournament is, the big one. So for that to double in 2 years, I mean, the Super Bowl, their viewership is very high, but there has been no 2-year period or even like a 10-year period where it has doubled. So I really think that, esports, I mean, at the end of the day, even if it's not right now, my big cup of tea, I don't go out of my way to watch it that much. I mean, who knows? I could see myself getting really invested in it. And I mean, just on a larger scale here, I very much see now that it has the potential to, and it already has been, increasing in popularity and just becoming a very dominant force in the entertainment industry. People are going to really start recognizing video games and esports as a legitimate means of mass viewership entertainment.